Hey everyone, I made it back from my 3-week southwestern camping tour and I'm again exploring Wisconsin state parks. I have a playlist of my southwestern camping trip if you guys want to check that out, and in fact I have 1 or 2 more videos to add. But before I finish those up, I'm actually heading out again to southwestern Wisconsin to Yellowstone Lake State Park near a place called Blanchardville, Wisconsin. Here's a Google Map view of where I'm going, and you can see that once you get west of Madison, there aren't very many freeways, and the last part of the trip ends up being a pleasant and somewhat windy path on 2-lane roads. The ride through Blanchardville revealed a gas station, a cafe, and 4 bars, which frankly is pretty typical of small town Wisconsin. I didn't stop at the bars, but I'll bet their food is pretty good. Yellowstone Lake, which is the park's main attraction, is a 455-acre man-made lake created in 1954 by an earth dam along the Yellowstone River. The park is on the north side of the lake, and you drive along the north shore as you make your way to the camping area. The west end is a waterfowl reserve, and a dike was built that makes up part of the trail system and is a good spot for fishing since the lake is stocked annually with various game fish. Overall, this is a really popular spot not only for camping, but for locals to water ski, canoe, and kayak, and of course swim. Just past the main beach and boat launch area, you take a left up a steep hill, and the campground with 126 sites plus 5 tent-only sites is at the top. The largest camping area is to the left, with the smaller area to the right. That's where I was. Well, I am set up at Yellowstone Lake State Park. This has to be one of the nicest campsites I've had in all of the Wisconsin state parks. Not the biggest, but super easy to get into. It's number 7. Totally shaded, which is great because it is hotter than hell and I am sweating like a pig. And I also got skeeter spray in my eyes. It freaking hurts. But hey, take a look at this campsite. Easy in, quite frankly. Got all the accoutrements and I don't need to put up anything for shade. Got plenty of shade here, and with the electric, I don't have to worry about solar. Yeah, this is sweet. Very nice. Now that I'm set up, I'll give you a quick tour of the rest of the campsite area. The small loop that I'm on has some electric sites, but some non-electric and tent camping, and some walk-in sites as well. The sites here are pretty classic Wisconsin state park sites in terms of size. It's all wooded here, which is really nice in the hot summer days. The tent camping sites are smaller. The other electric sites can fit a camper in for the most part. On the right, you see the bathhouse there where the showers are. That gets really crowded after people start to come up for the day from swimming. So if you want to take a shower, do it midday. Mornings and afternoons are really crowded. When we were there, the line was 6 deep for each stall. Drive back down the hill and you're at the lake again. Here's a view of the parking area, the beach, and the boat launch. Because the lake itself is not a state park lake, that means A, it's a little bit bigger than most, deeper than most, and you can actually take motorized boats on here. So if you want to go fishing, or you want to water ski or pontoon, you can actually do that all on this lake. If you continue east along the main park road, that'll keep you hugging the north shore of the lake along a windy and scenic road. Interestingly, the road will take you straight out of the park, and there's no ranger station there, which I've never seen before. There are signs saying that if you enter from the east, you need to have or get a park sticker. We decided to stop at the ice cream shop to take a peek. After you. Go ahead. Ooh. Ooh, rip your float like. Oh, this is nice. Wow. If you don't have your own kayak or your own boat, you can actually rent kayaks and pontoons right by the ice cream shop. On the evening of our first full day there, the weather was absolutely perfect, so Therese, Rocky, and I decided to take a quick kayak tour of the lake. Well, the wind will be with us when we go back. Although the wind definitely was with us on the way back, what we didn't realize is that as the dam releases water, that creates a current on the south side of the lake that we were caught in. So until we got out of that, getting back was a bit harder than we thought, and then Rocky decided to go for a swim. I think he is. He's looking. Yep, there he goes. Rocky, if you panic like crazy when you're in, why do you go in? Ultimately, the two humans and the canine made it safely back to shore. Good morning, everyone. It is about 5:45 in the morning, so I'm talking a little bit quietly because there are campers around, but I'm just going to finish this little cup of coffee and then I'm going to go for a hike. So why don't we check out Yellowstone Lake Park and some of the trails. Let's go. On the first morning, I hiked the Windy Ridge Trail and added on the Savannah Loop. That totaled about 3.2 miles according to my tracker. Windy Ridge Trail. I'm literally just starting and I'm already being swarmed with mosquitoes. Somehow, I'm not so sure this hike is going to be all that pleasant. But we'll see. Well, as you can see, I've got put on a little hoodie because mosquitoes. Yeah, even though it's already in the 60s and I'm getting hot, this is providing a little bit of protection. This is the Savannah section of the Windy Ridge Trail. It's beautiful. Hopefully we'll catch some wildlife, maybe some deer early in the morning. Wow, look at the rolling hills here. How pretty that is. I can hear the cows, but I wonder if there were deer laying there at night. So according to the sign, those birdhouses are for the eastern blue jay, which I've not seen a single one. The only thing I've seen is 1,000 or 1,000,000 gnats. They're everywhere. You know, I wonder if these are those plants that if you touch them, they're like frickin' poisonous. Ah, gnats. They look pretty, but I'm not gonna touch that thing. Just finished my hike, the Windy Ridge Trail and the Savannah Loop Trail. It was a nice walk. Yeah, it was a nice walk. A little bit buggy. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm soaked. I think the dew actually went through my waterproof boots, so I guess they're not so waterproof. And of course I'll be checking for ticks now because the grass was pretty high even on the trail, and those little buggers are kind of nasty, even though my socks and my pants are sprayed with permethrin. But hopefully we won't find any of those guys. On the second morning I hiked part of the Timber Trail to the Blue Ridge Trail and the Wildlife Loop. That was 4.6 miles in total, including an elevation gain of 262 feet. Let's head down the Timber Ridge and avoid ticks. I heard something big move. I'm guessing a deer. But I don't see it. Yeah, I heard it again. Wondering what these things were. These are bat houses. Isn't that interesting? After not seeing anything but mosquitoes and gnats, it was nice to see at least a bunny and a butterfly on the Wildlife Loop. Look at all of those fish spawning over there. Bass. Wow. You can go wherever you want. Yep, have a good day, buddy. Have a good day. Well, that was the wildlife trail. It did not disappoint. Well, at first it did. But ended up seeing geese, spawning bass, turtle, cranes, rabbits. Yeah, it was nice. And a lot of mosquitoes and gnats. Well, more gnats than mosquitoes, actually. So it wasn't so bad because I'm sprayed up with Deep Woods Off, so mosquitoes didn't get me, but the gnats are kind of bothersome. So that wraps up another stay at an awesome Wisconsin State Park. The lake is terrific. The boating is great. The facilities are good. The ice cream shop is a nice touch. The trails are average, but well worth walking. I hope you enjoyed this video. Join me on my next adventure. And until then, everybody, carry on. Cheers.